Everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Paris the Empress. I'm here again with another video for you guys. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you haven't, and follow me on my social media. Whew! I'm out of breath and all I'm doing is talking. I give up. You know the deal. You know the deal. So this week I gotta vent. I got to vent. I gotta rant. But before I do that, be sure to check out my last video and watch the podcast, please. I'm going to put a talking point right here so that we can watch it. And also, I just got done using this black charcoal peel off mask. So I decided to put a face mask on my face. Mainly because I'm breaking out and my nose, like, as soon as I just go like this, yeah, I'm breaking out. But there's a way to actually take this off. You gotta just move your face around and flip it off like so. People are so dramatic when it comes to these. That was smooth. Ooh, exfoliating. Not really. My nose isn't as red as it used to be. And I'm not sure right now if I have anything left on my face, so excuse me while I just go ahead and randomly wipe it. Now, in any event, yes, watch my podcast. Please do. Be sure to follow Lockout Men. And then also, I love this microphone that I got from Walmart. It was only at least $8, but it works wonders versus the one that I had, which I understand it wasn't really that good of a mic, but there is a particular mic that I want to get that's $40-something and it's by Rode. I believe it's what it's called. This is by Bow Power. So if you want to start making YouTube videos, or if you want to start documenting your journey, start doing vlogging or whatever the case may actually be, and you are trying to get into what equipment to actually use, definitely look into getting one of these mics, unless you can just go out there, research different mics and get better ones. That's all I gotta say there. In any event, today has been a journey within itself, because they have been running me all over the place. Not saying that they don't do that, but okay, where do I start? So first of all, I had a load that picked up, I forgot where to pick up, picked up somewhere in Texas and dropped off in New Braunfels. Now, Baytown. It picked up in Baytown, and then I had to go all the way over to New Braunfels. Now, with that particular load that I had, it was one of those ones that it's like as soon as I got it, I was supposed to drop it off. But I saw the time and saw that I had time to pick it up, possibly within the morning. So I was like, let me just go ahead and get some sleep, and then I'll worry about it in the morning. So I worry about it in the morning. I finished the load, and then I see that I had some time left on my clock. I should have checked my 14 hours. I didn't do that. I completely neglected that. Hence why when I asked them, can you send me another load, to which they did, right? But I shouldn't have taken that load at all. I really shouldn't have. And the reason why I should not have taken that is because I was cutting so close to completely running out of my time. I ran out of my time. I did. As soon as I got there, as soon as I possibly shut down, or not even shut down, but as soon as I got there, one of the people there had me running like I was a yard jockey, and I am not, or a yard dog, and I am not. He had me double hooking a trailer, doing a drop and hook, as though that's what I'm supposed to do, and it's not in my job title. The only thing that I was supposed to do was just pick up, and he gave me this whole entire guilt trip of, oh yeah, we have a whole bunch of drivers, not even the male drivers want to do it. They say, oh well, we just came here to pick up, we didn't come here to do any extra work, and we don't even have any yard dogs, so we just need help, and we can't even move that trailer that's loaded. We need to have one of your people to come over here and get it. And I was just thinking, okay, let me help this person. Yet, we're over to the side. I see that there is another Swift driver that's actually there, bobtailed, nonetheless. Bobtailed. But they were having some complications going on with their load. Yet either way, I was just thinking, they could have helped. They could have. And possibly move the loaded trailer and then put an empty trailer in its place, and then everything would have ended up being done. So that took up some of my time. That took up a good portion of my time, because I ended up having to do that extra work, and I was already cutting it too close. And y'all, I will say this right now: never ever ever let a shipper or a receiver bully or boss you around. Don't make the same mistake that I did. Granted, you have to pick and choose your battles. There may be situations to where you may feel as though you have no choice just to get to the task that you have at hand, but make sure you have some time to do it. Make sure you have some time to do it. I mean, your time is your time. It's something that you can't get back, and it's something that's very vital within this industry. If you have somebody that's willing to jeopardize your clock, then that says a lot about them. But within the same token, you got a job. You have a company that you work for. They don't work for your company. They don't see your clock. They don't see how you're being ran. They don't see that you may have a little bit of time to be able to just get the load, put yourself on personal convenience after you end up getting it, and go somewhere to safety. They didn't see that I only had like 30 minutes. They didn't see that. I was the only person who actually saw it, because I run my clock. And I ran my clock to the ground, and I wasn't even supposed to do that. So I jeopardized my time over a load that I wasn't even really supposed to take. So that falls on me. Now, the problem with this load, granted, it wasn't even a load that I was supposed to take, going from New Braunfels and then picking this load up all the way in Batesville, and then having to take it all the way over to, give me a second, I'm gonna get to it, Dallas. So here's where Dallas Gate gets in, or I'm gonna call it Dallas Gate now. Oh, this is what happened. I had a load that picked up from Batesville and had to go all the way over to Dallas. I completely exhausted my clock picking up the load, so that meant the following day I had to end up going all the way over to Dallas. So I'm heading over to Dallas, heading straight to my fuel route. As I'm heading around 10:45 or 10:42 a.m., I get a call from one of the planners, to which they tell me, completely skip Dallas. I got a call from one of the CSRs who told me that you have to go over to Galveston. Go over to Galveston. Do not come to Dallas. And he kept on repeating that. Do not come to Dallas. So I'm under the impression that everybody knows that I'm not supposed to go to Dallas. Well, honey, that ain't happened. So he told me to wait until I got the pre-plan. the new load assignment. I get the new load assignment. I see that there was an additional stop added to go to Dallas. And I'm thinking, no, because I was already told by a planner to not go there. So I'm just going to listen to what this planner ended up telling me to end up doing. So, yes, wrong move. No, I did not end up going to Galveston. Let me explain. I stayed in Gerald, Texas, because something was off about that. And it's so ironic because I was actually working on some things throughout the whole entire day. It was sometime around 6 in the evening. I was supposed to be asleep. I really was, but I was working on an outro. And then as time progresses, I end up getting a call. Well, no, not a call. I get a message through the Qualcomm asking if I'm going to make it to the 01, because I had sent several Qualcomm messages after the phone call that I had with this particular planner, and him sending me over some of the information about where to go for Houston and then the additional stop. But I end up asking him, okay, well, since the address changed, what time do I get there? And he said, oh no, just go tomorrow, which is today. But within that day, I was supposed to go to Dallas. To which they ended up, it was Memphis's terminal that got a hold of me asking me why I wasn't in Dallas. So at this point, I'm livid. So I call. I didn't want to send a message back. I call and I ask what's going on. To which I end up speaking with an individual there. I tell him the whole entire spiel, the whole entire situation. And he was like, no, I think you got it confused, because what was supposed to happen is you were supposed to pick it up in Dallas, or you were supposed to pick it up in Batesville, go over to Dallas, and then head over to Houston. You got it mixed up. And I was like, no, because I was told that I had to go all the way over to Houston. And he told me, well, I wasn't on the phone with that planner. I don't know the conversation that you actually had. I'm not him. And at that point, I got quiet. To which he asked me if I was still there. And I told him, yeah, I'm still here. He was like, okay, well, I have other phone calls. If you don't have any other questions, then... And so I was like, okay, well, can you get a hold of the customer service representative? Because I need somebody to reach out to me. He said, okay, all right, I'll do that. So then hours later, and I'll get to that in a second, maybe in another video, but hours later, I end up getting a hold of them again, to which I end up speaking with somebody else, and I ended up getting the names of all the people. I'm not going to put them on here. And that particular person basically told me, oh, well, you were supposed to go to Dallas and then go to Houston. So the best thing that you can do is roll out tomorrow when you're ready, get the load, roll out tomorrow when you're ready, and then head all the way over to Dallas and then Houston, and then you're good to go. Let me tell you what had happened. Get all the way over to Dallas, only for them to tell me they don't accept loads from that shipper. And that's why I had to go to Houston. Which, yes, this is the point that you've been trying to get to within this video, that I'm now finally revealing that he was right. Yet, nobody knew, because nothing was communicated with everybody else. It was only this planner who had the phone call in the messages hidden, to where only he could actually see what was being said, and everybody else was out of the loop. So when I was telling them, okay, well, somebody told me, because they were told by a customer service representative what was going on, I got looked at like I didn't know what I was talking about. So That's the story there. Now, the end result of it was I just asked them if they could just take this load off me. That's all I did. So today I went ahead, after getting a hold of my driver leader, because I was on the phone with my driver leader as I was heading all the way over to Dallas. And I told her the situation. She was like, yeah, you're supposed to follow the pre-plan. The pre-plan was right. I'm not sure why he told you to go all the way over to Galveston. You aren't supposed to go all the way over to Galveston. You're supposed to go all the way over to Dallas. This was before, because I was on my way to Dallas. So it wasn't until when I actually got there that it was confirmed that he was right, yet nobody knew what was going on because the pre-plan said otherwise. Y'all, listen here and be careful. I don't care what industry you are in life. Be careful. You feel me? You hear me? Are you listening? Because you may have gone through this. If you've gone through something like this, feel free. I may end up actually premiering this. Put it in the live chat. Let me know what you've gone through. Seriously. Because you have a lot of people there that they don't make things make sense. They don't make things reflective to save both you and themselves. So at the end of the day, the fall guy becomes yourself. Be careful who you allow to blame you, is all I'm saying. Be careful to really not have anybody blame you, but be careful who's actually pointing the finger at you. Especially if it's not the first time that a situation like that has happened before. Now, the end result to all of this was I asked my driver leader if I could go ahead and T-call it. She said I could. Ended up coming over here at this point. I just told her I just want to go back to San Antonio. I just want to come back home. Just let me go back home. And she told me, okay. So I may actually have to take a 34 because the loads that I had somebody put on me, I only have 4 hours. San Antonio, with traffic, with these 2 loads that I have to do, there's no way that I'm going to make it. So I'm going to have to call and speak to somebody to see if these could just be taken off, because that's one of the things that I didn't even account for. In any event though, again, y'all, be careful. Be careful. Because sometimes it really do be your own team. And that's on the universe. Sometimes it be your own team. But that's all I have. Y'all stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll see you.